Hi guys, it's Alex 110. How's everyone doing? Good, good, good. I hope this is long overdue. I wanted to do this video about NEZ magazine, or NEZ as I've been saying for the last I don't know how long. But I want to do this video because if you don't know about this magazine and you are a perfume lover, you need to know about it, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to talk about it. So, oh my gosh, this is the world's first magazine magazine. It's not the first book or anything like that, but it's the first fun, informative, jam-packed magazine that is solely dedicated to perfume, smell, all of the stuff that we love. All of you that are my subscribers that love perfume, are obsessed. This is made for us. Oh my gosh. So, I have had this for the longest time, and I only had this edition. I'm starting with this one. It's issue 3. You might be wondering why I'm starting with issue 3, but NEZ, I'm going to say NEZ for purposes of the video. NEZ magazine only published from 3 onwards in English. Issues 1 and 2 were only done in French, much to my dismay. Please, if anyone watches this, please make my dreams come true. As this OCD, anal Gemini, I like to have complete sets of things. I don't like to have things missing in a set. Anyway, NEZ magazine. This is a biannual magazine. They release one for summer, autumn, one for spring, summer, and one for autumn, winter. They've released about 5, so I'm quite far behind, but as I said, I only had this one for the longest time, so I was really, really savouring every single page and every little morsel of information that I could get my hands on from it. And then I was lucky enough to receive all of the other editions for my birthday, so I finished it now, pretty much. So I'll be doing a video on all of the other editions, and the newest one that's coming out for this autumn winter is on the way to me, which was a lovely gift. So let's talk about it. Great magazine. Just overall feel, first of all. By the way, I'm not affiliated with this magazine at all. I just think if you're a perfume lover, you need this in your life. I want to dedicate an entire part of my house to this magazine. I can see it happening. So the overall look and feel of it, it's not glossy, it's very, very tactile. It is so beautifully illustrated, and like I said, it is jam-packed. I don't retain information that well when I read things, so I feel like the biggest plus I want to say before I even get into this is how rereadable each one is. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. I think it's £20 or €20, but it's only twice a year, so it's not that bad. And I like the fact that it's not every month, because I don't want it to get, you know, watered down and just diluted into just rubbish. But anyway, I'm going to go through what's in here. I don't want to be too spoilery in case you want to buy it. But as it's the first one I'm doing, it's going to be a little bit more in-depth than the others. We have crows now as well. It's a bird fest today. Bird fest. I think the crows are annoying that bird. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I should shut the window. Nah, it's fine. Anyway. So yeah, it opens like that, so it's always got cutouts. Each one has a main feature. Obviously, that's how magazines work. And this one is the sex of scent. That's the main big article in the middle. But I'll go through. The first thing about it that I think is so cute is that each edition comes with a scratch and sniff card. This one, I won't tell you the others because I want you to be surprised, but because it's the first one, this one was asphalt, and I've scratched this to death. I can't smell it anymore. But it's like your own little magic tree. Fuel, grease, leather, tar, don't hit the road, sniff it. So, ready for a road trip, and it's got a little scratch and sniff, so it's kind of interactive as well. It's like a little treat, I love it. So, not too much advertising in this magazine. I've only seen 2, maybe 3 or 4 adverts in the whole thing, and it's really thick. There are 140 pages. It's a lot to get your teeth into, and it's so varied. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this magazine. I think it's beautiful. So let's go through what's in here. There's a little foreword from the editor, whose name is Jean Doré. Jean Doré. A little bit about, a little foreword from her. They interview a couple of illustrators and ask them about their favourite perfumes. Not the illustrators of the magazine, I did check. So you've got a page, a spread about icons. These are people that are doing different things in the perfume world. There's a lady that puts perfume into her art, stuff like that, and websites and things like that you can go to. I'm making lists. This is just, it's just opened up a whole lot of stuff for me. So the first part of it is, I guess this is going to happen on every magazine. It's called Odorama, and it's where they just do an in-depth spread on a couple of things. So this one features blackcurrant, how it smells, cultivation, how it's used in perfumery, the molecular structure, examples of perfumes that it comes in. Then you've got a whole page about ISO E Super. Same thing, how it smells, where it comes from. The main thing I loved about this page, this is one of my highlights of the magazine, was they mentioned something called ISO E Super Plus, and apparently if you can get a bit of it the size of a mosquito, it can fill a space 6 times the size of the Royal Albert Hall. Mind blown. Anyway, that was that. Then it goes into flowers, and it talks about how flowers attract pollinators, how they send signals to each other. It's just kind of, this bit's kind of scientific but also fun. It's just, the illustrations are so stunning. It's such a tactile, beautiful thing to read. Favourite thing ever. And then it's got a fun one about the car, and it's got things about all smells that come from a car: magic trees, leather, motor oil, petrol, just everything. New car smell, just fun. Then it's got a really nice thing. It's called An Open Letter to a Junior Perfumer, and it's from Jean-Claude Eleanor, really famous perfumer. It's his letter to someone that's kind of starting their journey out on becoming a perfumer, and it's really, really cool. There is an article about Baudelaire, the poet, inspirations. Look how much, it's just so much. It's a whole lot. I hope you can see this. It's just a kind of skim through to give you an idea of what this magazine is. This part was really cool. So it was 2 people walking through Paris. One of them is a perfumer. The other one is a photographer. They both walk down the same streets and boulevards and all of that kind of stuff, and it's kind of like their interpretations. One of them doing it about smell, one of them doing it about vision. So that's really cool. I loved that. There is an interview with Hippolyte Corti. He is a coffee connoisseur, so he goes right into depth about coffee and the nuances of it. It's just every page brings something new, and I'm here for it. I'm about it right now. So yeah, that's continuation of that. I don't want to be spoilery, but I just want to give you an idea. An article about and photographs about a fashion show that happened where everybody was blindfolded and the models walked down the runway completely naked, just wearing scent. That was cool. There's an entire 4 pages about vanilla. Look at this, like the photography is, it's everything. It's so visually stunning as well as informative. I could read this again and find out more things. It's hard to take it all in. Lots of examples of perfumes that are great vanillas down there. Spiritueuse Double Vanille, I know that's a favourite of a lot of people. Now this I absolutely loved. There is a very in-depth interview with Francis Kurkdjian. If you don't know who he is, he's the perfumer behind Le Mal for for Jean-Paul Gaultier. And he's also got his own line, and this interview was hugely enlightening. It's really in-depth, and he's really candid and frank and honest about the darker side of the perfume industry. It was really revealing. He talks about what it's like to work for big perfume houses, the demands they make, how you're kind of restricted creatively, like your creativity is stunted by the demands of them, and ultimately what led him to start his own line. You know, he wants to be his own boss. Don't we all want to be our own boss? But I absolutely loved this. It's a great interview with Francis Kirkjian. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, that's a long one. Then it's got all about his perfumes that he's made. Baccarat Rouge, Fragile for Jean Paul Gaultier. Then there's like a throwback section, and it's called, this issue has the Roaring Twenties. That there is Jean Patou, apparently, arriving back on a boat with lots of models from the time. Just great. It's got some bits about really old perfumes. It's got Shalimar in here, it's got Misuko, it's got Chanel No. 5. All of these really famous perfumes that were around in the 20s. Lanvin as well. Then it's got a great thing called the Fantasy Boutique, where the editors, I guess, have scented really famous people from the 20s. So you've got Al Capone, Charlie Chaplin, Agatha Christie, Helena Rubinstein, all of that stuff. Then you get to the main article, which I'm still reading, but I just want to show you this amazing picture. If this was a perfume bottle, I would want it. It's quite erotic, so if you're averse to things like that, and you're a prude, turn your eyes away now. This. It's a bottle made up of ladies. Full on vagina out, full on boobs out. I am into it. I think it's so cool. So this is a really lengthy part. Obviously it's the main feature. It's probably about 20 pages long, so I'm still kind of getting to grips with that one. But this is one of my favourite parts of the entire magazine. This thing I could look at for hours. So it is a timeline of perfumes and I guess trends in perfumery, starting at the French Revolution and ending in 2001. And it's colour coded based on the style of fragrance, and it's male down here and female up here. You can see back when females were more inclined to wear were more inclined to wear feminine things, and it kind of crosses over as time goes, where you see now women usually wear women's things and men wear men's things. It's a lot of information, it's a lot of fun to look at. It's like a flow chart, and it's all connected, and it's very confusing, but it's awesome. So that's that. So we're getting to the end. I don't want to... Oh, there's my earring. I lost this earring ages ago, and I just found it in my magazine. Obviously I was reading it like this and just pulled it out. Anyway, let's see, perfume pages. There's an article about, do awards and reviews have any influence on brand strategy and consumers? This part is about me. Not all about me, but it's about me a little bit. So that's quite long. Then, there is an interview with Carlos Huber of Arquiste, the beautifully dashing gentleman. I love this brand. I thought he didn't have a top on then. Great brand. I love Namban. It's one of my favourite perfumes in the world. He's a babe. It's a very cool interview. It's very short, but it's really nice. There's another thing there about something I can't remember. And then at the very back, the magazine have selected 30 favourites. It says, as with music, film and literature, a perfume is not only a consumer product, blah blah blah. NEZ magazine has picked for review 30 new fragrances launched in France since September, and we begin with the 3 we liked most. And Nausea is number 1. If you haven't smelled Nausea, you probably won't, because it's discontinued now, but it's an amazing honey tobacco. So that goes through that. A couple of adverts, not too bad. And then the very back of the magazine has exhibitions and events that are going on. I mean, we're a bit behind now, so you probably missed them, but who cares? If you get the latest one, you'll be up to date. It's got things about fairs, workshops, courses that you can do. Then it's got a little bit about books and literature related to perfume. And the final word is a little bit about I can't pronounce this word. Synesthesia. A little tiny excerpt from a guy who has synesthesia and what it's like to have it. So, no words. That is just a skim through of what's in NEZ magazine. I have all the other editions. The next one, I think, the main article is about animalics. It's got, oh no, it's the one, it's got a pipe on the front. I'm not sure what it's about, but once I've read it, I'll let you know. But for now, I'll post a link to where you can get this. If you're from London, I know they sell this in Javoy in Mayfair. I ordered mine directly from the people, which is, I forget who they are, but yeah, I'll post a link. And yeah, get your eyes and nose on this magazine. Wowzers, so much fun. I can't wait to read the next one now. I just need to finish that mega article in the middle about sex of scent, gender of scent, chemistry of attraction, hormone fairy, are you there? just so cool. Anyway, I'm going to stop there because I've got other things to do, but I hope you like this video. And if you read NEZ magazine, let me know, we can discuss it. I might even do a live about it. I'm not sure. It fills me with dread and nerves, but we'll see. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out from trying to make the world smell better one video at a time. Goodbye.